A few years ago, a young marketing professional in Chicago opened an email that most people wait years to receive: a promotion and a salary increase. His income went from $56,000 to $60,000 a year, $4,000 more. That night, he celebrated with friends and felt relieved that his career was finally moving forward. But something strange happened over the next year. His bank balance didn't grow. His savings didn't improve, and by the end of the year, he actually felt financially tighter than before. So the obvious question appears: how can someone earn more money and still not feel any richer? The answer is simpler than most people expect, and it happens to millions of people across the United States and Europe every year. When people hear about a $4,000 raise, they usually focus on the full number, but salary increases are always shown before tax. After federal tax, state tax, and payroll deductions, that $4,000 often becomes closer to around $2,700 or $3,000 in real take-home pay. Spread across 12 months, that's roughly $200 to $230 extra per month. Now, $200 a month is still useful money, but this is exactly where the quiet trap begins. Because raises rarely arrive alone. They usually arrive at the same moment our expectations about life begin to shift. Imagine someone in their late 20s who has been working for a few years and slowly watching the people around them upgrade their lifestyles. A friend moves into a nicer apartment, someone else buys a newer car, another friend starts taking more weekend trips. And when your own salary increases, your brain naturally sends a very simple message: you can afford more now. Maybe the apartment upgrade seems reasonable, so rent goes from $1,200 to $1,350. Maybe the car lease goes from $250 to $380. Maybe food delivery becomes more common and a few extra subscriptions quietly appear. None of these decisions feel extreme, and each one seems small and justified in the moment. But when we add them together, something interesting appears. The raise added around $230 per month, but the slightly nicer apartment added $150. The upgraded car added another $130, and lifestyle spending added around $60 more. Suddenly, those small upgrades equal $340 per month in new expenses. The raise added $230, but spending increased by $340, which means despite earning more money, the person is actually $110 worse off each month.
This situation is often described as lifestyle inflation, but the deeper reason behind it is psychological. Human beings rarely measure wealth in absolute numbers. Instead, we compare ourselves to the people around us. A person earning $60,000 in a town where most people earn $40,000 feels comfortable. But the same person earning $60,000 in an environment where others earn $100,000 often feels behind. So when income rises, the mind doesn't immediately think about saving or investing more. Instead, it thinks about closing the lifestyle gap between ourselves and the people we observe. That subtle pressure slowly pushes spending higher without us even noticing. Now imagine this process repeating over 10 years. Each raise brings a slightly nicer lifestyle, a slightly larger apartment, a slightly newer car, a few more conveniences, a few more subscriptions. Nothing irresponsible, just gradual upgrades that feel normal at the time. But if every raise gets absorbed into lifestyle improvements, something surprising happens over the long term. Income grows, but financial stability barely moves. You run faster yet remain in the same place. Consider two co-workers who both start their careers earning $55,000. Over the next decade, their salaries grow at a similar pace until both reach around $85,000 per year. From the outside, their careers look identical, but their financial outcomes can end up completely different. The first person lets each raise slowly expand their cost of living. The second person behaves slightly differently. When income increases, part of that raise quietly goes towards saving or investing. Over 10 years, that extra $400 per month invested with modest market growth can quietly grow into $70,000 or even $80,000. Same job, same salary path, but completely different financial position. Most people see a raise as permission to increase their lifestyle, while financially thoughtful people see a raise as a chance to widen the gap between what they earn and what they spend. That gap is where wealth quietly forms over time. Financially stable people often look boring from the outside. Their behavior doesn't come from fear or extreme frugality. It comes from protecting financial margin. That margin eventually becomes freedom. And if this calm, rational way of thinking about money helped you see your financial decisions more clearly, consider subscribing to the channel.